An organizer with Vocal New York. I organize Queerocracy, an LGBTQ youth organizing project where we're trying to build the leadership and advocacy skills of young people experiencing homelessness, just because we're organizing LGBTQ people, and we all know that 40% of all runaway and homeless youth in the U.S. Identify as LGBTQ. So that just there demonstrates, a disproportionate impact of homelessness among queer folks and gender nonconforming folks and non-binary folks. And I think also, because I'm a lot more political than a lot of the folks that have been on the panels here, and I like to think that, or I don't like to think, but I like to acknowledge that we have to remember that who's homeless, and whenever DYCD is taking positions and using like statistics or methodologies to demonstrate why they're not doing something, we have to call them out on that, because that is not okay. Because the people that I see when I go and do social justice power hour at the Ali Forney Center, they're black and brown, they're low income, they're gender nonconforming, they're non-binary, and they're trans people. So like these are the people, and I think that folks talked about this when you're on the panel, that we have to remember to uplift those folks. But that said, I also wanted to just thank Councilmember Levin and Eugene for this hearing, which was really intense, and I really appreciated it, and Councilmember Johnson for the legislation, Ali Forney Center, the Campaign for Youth Shelter Safety, and Coalition for Runaway and Homeless Youth with Jamie really did a lot of work to make sure that we could have this. I want to take us back a couple years ago. Ali Forney Center, Vocal New York, and ACT UP New York, the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, we organized a town hall about HIV impacts for among LGBTQ youth, and this issue about DYCD and extending the age came up, which is what I really want to talk about, and about why we should raise the age from just 16 to 21 to 21 to 24, is because DYCD actually was in the space. Staff that was here today were there, and overwhelmingly, we were like, well, we need this. We need 21 to 24-year-olds to be able to access, safe and affirming shelter that we find with DYCD shelters like in Ali Forney Center, and they basically argued that, well, we can't do anything because the state regulation won't allow us. We have to change the state law, and they just wanted to move on. So we organized for the next 2 years, and we got that state law changed, and now there's more excuses. So the last thing I'll say really is, or the last two things I'll say, they kept saying that there was only, very minimal amount of folks that are experiencing homelessness right now who are young. And I'm thinking, but at the same time, they're arguing that they're concerned about the exponential cost that it's going to take to house 21, 24-year-olds. If there's so few people and your beds are not at maximum capacity, then why are you so concerned? And I think Jamie mentioned it, where we could use existing RFPs to house 21, 24-year-olds. And the last thing I'll say, and I'll echo Reed here, is that these are the folks that are at risk of HIV infection. And if you're concerned about cost, you want to reduce cost, then you need to reduce folks contracting HIV, because those are the same folks that are going to be in our state Medicaid. And yeah.